Welcome back to the channel. Been gone for a while, but the weather really hasn't been what I wanted it to be to get out and be out in nature. So here we are at this 1870s Civil War cabin called the Maynard Cabin. This is out in Long Prairie, Minnesota. I'm staying out here for a beautiful spring day. It's got to be 65, 70 degrees out here today, and it is just gorgeous. You hear the birds chirping. It is just a beautiful day. So I've already taken a walk through the cabin, and just the smells inside the cabin is what caught me right away. Walking into this cabin, it just smells like an old rustic cabin, and it is just so beautiful. All the windows are open, the breeze is coming through. This is a completely off-grid cabin. This cabin has no electricity, no plumbing. It's all lit by lanterns at night, by kerosene lanterns. Let's just go inside and I'll give you a tour of the place. We can check it out. The Maynard Cabin was built in 1870 by Captain John Maynard, who fought in the Civil War for the North. After the fighting was over, he was no longer welcome in his home state of Kentucky, so he decided to move to Minnesota and build his home in the Long Prairie area. The cabin originally sat about a mile away from where it sits right now. The owner of the land that the cabin sat on was about to burn it down as it was badly falling apart. John, the owner now, took that opportunity in 1985 to swoop up the cabin and restore it. For years, John's family members would come to the cabin to stay until eventually became too old to travel. So now John has been generous enough to open it up for guests to come out and experience a piece of American history. Now, one of the coolest things about this place is the wind chimes out there. Those wind chimes just make it so peaceful and relaxing here. I love the sound of those wind chimes. But is this place not super cool? Just imagine a guy, after fighting in the Civil War, you build this place and this is your home. This is where you hang out and live the rest of your life, out here in Long Prairie, Minnesota. So that's kind of cool that a place like this is available to come and stay at and experience these old school ways of how everything was way back in the 1870s. So this is definitely pretty cool. I'm gonna start bringing some of my stuff in, kind of get settled in, and then there's actually some trails on this property. This is a 40-acre property, so there's actually a lot of trails around here that they've made that cross over a creek. There's a creek system out here too. So I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna hike these trails out here and just hang out into the forest for a while. You know, the trees are just now budding. Spring is in the air, so what a better place to be than out in the forest next to a little creek. All right, I kind of got all my stuff settled in to the cabin, and now I'm just kind of walking around checking out all the little details of the cabin. But it's pretty cool that this is my sink kitchen area outside right here, and there's my water. It's well water right there, so that's my water for tonight or for the weekend. I'm here for 2 nights, so should be a good time out here. Very peaceful. It is so quiet out here. It's just nice. So I think I'm gonna hang out right here on the porch and just stare at the woods for a while, just relax and enjoy this weather, and then take off into the woods and do some exploring. Another thing that's kind of unique and cool about this place is, like I said, no plumbing, so an outhouse it is. So not bad. getting hungry, so I'm gonna start a fire tonight and kind of hang out around the campfire tonight because it's such a beautiful night. I think the low tonight is supposed to be like 50 degrees, but tomorrow night it's supposed to be like 30 degrees. So I think tomorrow night I'll be kind of hanging out inside the cabin around the wood burning stove. So for tonight, I'm gonna hang around the fire pit and just have myself a nice little fire tonight and hang out at this beautiful old cabin and just hang out here in the woods. It is just so quiet and peaceful out here. All I'm hearing is birds and sounds of the forest. So this should be a good night around the campfire, watching that sunset. Well, it's been a fun, relaxing day out here at the Maynard Cabin. This has been one beautiful place. All the buds on the trees are starting. The weather was beautiful. The birds were singing all day. Owls are hooting right now. So it's just been a wonderful time out here. So I'm gonna let this fire burn out. It's pretty close to being burnt out, and then I am going to go into the cabin and start lighting up some of those lanterns. I had to light one lantern even before I got started with dinner just because it was getting so dark in the cabin. So I've got one lantern lit, but I gotta go around and light some more so I can see more in that cabin. It is dark in there even with just the one lantern lit. I got, I think, 3 or 4 lanterns to light up to get that cabin lit up. But it should be an interesting night. Hang around inside that cabin with nothing but lantern light. All right, I've kind of moved into the cabin because it's about 50, 55 degrees out there and the wind is just whipping out there. It's an extremely windy day to the point where I've actually sent my drone up and the wind caught it, took it right out of the sky and just crashed it right into the ground. Luckily, it was only probably 50 feet off the ground, right out there. I was right in the middle of the field, right out here in front of the cabin, sending it up, and the wind caught it, and it just totally took it out, just right into the grass. So luckily, it was nice, soft grass out there, so the drone's not damaged at all. But it is windy out there. So I came into the cabin because it's getting kind of chilly. In the cabin here, it's about 52, 53 degrees roughly. So it's pretty chilly. I don't know how those people back in the day did this. Like, it's cold in here. I don't want to start a fire. It's not that cold, so I'm not going to start a fire at the wood stove. I think I'm going to hang out, finish the rest of my hot cocoa, get dressed, and just kind of explore the forest. I did a little bit of exploring the forest yesterday and the trails. I think I'll finish it up today. Explore as much as I can, try to explore the whole forest. But yeah, it is definitely chilly in here and chilly out there with how much that wind is blowing out there. It's gotta be 40, 50 mile an hour gusts, I bet, out there right now. There's been times where the chairs out on the porch have been like slow, moving like an inch when the wind picks up like that. So it's definitely a windy day. It's not what it was yesterday. You can see that cold front coming in. It's gonna be cold tonight. So like I said, once about dinner time hits, I'll probably sit in the cabin, call it for the night, stay in the cabin, light the wood burning stove, light all my lanterns, get it warm in here, and do some cooking. And that's another thing. I'm not going to cook breakfast. I was going to cook breakfast this morning. I'm not hungry. It's just, I'm not feeling it. So I think I'm probably, for like lunch or something, I'll make a sandwich. I brought some sandwich materials, and then for dinner tonight, I'll make my breakfast for dinner because I'll have plenty of time to sit in the cabin and do nothing tonight. So I'll just make my dinner tonight over the stove that I was going to have for breakfast. But like I said, I'm just going to change clothes, get ready to go outside and enjoy this beautiful day. It's very windy, but it's blue sky, sun, so can't complain too much about a day like today. Well, that is the property. I have pretty much walked the entire 40 acres of land out here. And it's beautiful. But man, this wind is just kicking. I've been the whole time in the woods, I've been worried of trees and branches falling on me. This wind is just insane. I've been hearing branches falling everywhere. But now I am back at the cabin. So I think I'm just gonna head inside, make myself a sandwich, hang out for a little bit. All right, it's probably 2 o'clock or so, and I've already broke down and started a fire. It was cold in here. Like the thermometer was reading like 58, 59 degrees, but it felt like it was 40 degrees in here. I mean, this cabin, it's got cracks and everywhere. I mean, it's not sealed up by any means. So you feel the wind coming through when it's 30, 40, almost 50-mile-an-hour wind gusts out there. I mean, you feel the wind in the cabin. So I closed up all the windows, closed up all the doors, and it was still cold in here. So I wasn't gonna hang out outside because the wind is just crazy outside. So started a fire. It is beautifully warm now. I am the warmest I've been since I woke up this morning. So this is nice. I'm just gonna sit here, let the screen door stay open so it doesn't get too hot in here, because this stove is obviously going to be too hot for this tiny little room of a cabin. So got the door cracked. I shouldn't say cracked, it's wide open, but it's still extremely warm in here. I love this. This is beautiful. So I think I'm going to sit here. I'm going to get into some of these books over here on this bookshelf. So a lot of these old books that I see on this bookshelf, and just kind of hang out by the fire, read a book, listen to the wind chimes, listen to the wind, and just relax, because it's so peaceful here. So that's my plan for till dinner. Well, I started going through this old scrapbook called Carol's Log Cabins scrapbook, and it turned out to be pretty cool. It's got the cabin right here that I'm in. This is obviously the Captain John Maynard Cabin. It says 1865, which I'm assuming that must be just when the war ended and he decided to come to Minnesota and build his cabin. But this cabin here, actually, this is not where the cabin originally sat, where I'm at right now. John, the owner right now, the host of this cabin, he lives way back and far in the woods right back here on the other side of the property. But he found this cabin deteriorating, getting ready to be burnt down by the guy who had it on his land about a mile away. And so John swooped it up and said, I want to restore this cabin and, you know, keep it going. And so he did. And this is just a log of him in this cabin. Like, so obviously you can see right here, you know, the cabin being built when John was doing everything. And here's John sitting outside the cabin when he looks like he was a lot younger than what he is now, but he also looks like he's older than me now. I mean, I'm not sure how, I'm 43. I'm not sure how old he is right there, but John has put in a lot of work. And as you can see, like, the family used to come out here and hang out. You see all the family, the kids, you know, kid holding that cat, you know, that cat's been long gone dead. But very cool to see all this, that this is his kind of log of this cabin. And it looks, you know, this right here saying Jesse in the field, summer of 1988. Jesse looks like he's right around my age then. So I wonder if Jesse comes back to the cabin ever and visits. But yeah, I mean, look at this. Hardly any forest around the cabin at all. And very cool to see all the old pictures of John. I mean, you don't see John now. I will actually post in the description of this video. There's another video I found while I was out here, a YouTube video, showing John giving a interview of somebody that came out here, and this is John here too, and he tells the story of the cabin and tells, you know, him building everything and putting everything, disassembling everything and putting it all back together. So this is just a really cool scrapbook, as you can tell. But like I said, I will put in the description the YouTube video of John giving a more descriptive, historic description of this cabin. I also found this within the books. A person who stayed here, John told me about this actually when he met me here, but a person that stayed here made this book, and you can see like the field right here in front of the cabin is just full of daisies in the summertime. So they made this book for him, and it just kind of logs showing the cabin. I mean, look at all the daisies outside this cabin in the summertime. That is just insane. Look at this. All the wildflowers. So I might even have to come back here in the summer just so I can witness all the wildflowers. But what a cool little book someone made. And what's kind of funny, they talk about the ticks here, and anybody who knows me knows I never, ever get ticks on me. I mean, it's very rare when I find a tick on me. Even all the places I go, all the bushwhacking I do, I never get ticks. And the first 3 hours I was here, I picked off 3 ticks. Not a single one since, but the first 3 hours I was here, I pulled 3 ticks off my legs. So they are definitely out here. But yeah, look at all the cool wildflowers they have out here when summer hits. So cool little book that someone put together for them. So I have not yet seen a YouTube video like mine of someone coming out here. So hopefully I put together a pretty decent YouTube video for him. All right, I just kind of came out to the back porch here just to kind of hang out and listen to the wind. It's just been hollering and hooting this whole time I've been inside, so I'm nice and warm now to where it kind of feels good to sit outside in the cold weather and experience the wind for a little bit and just hang out. But this has been really cool, and starting that fire in there, it like changed the whole mood concept of the place. Like, it's super cozy and nice in here. Like, I'm having more fun now today than I was yesterday on that bright, sunny, beautiful day. This kind of little bit dark, really, really windy day with that nice cozy fire going on in there. Oh man, this is just epic. This is beautiful. I do want to come back here though in the summer. I think that would be cool. I wouldn't have a fire, of course, but right now it's just wonderful. This wind and the cold and the fire inside. Like I said, I'm having fun now. I've read a couple books in there. I've already gone through 2 books, which is not like me. I haven't read 2 books since I was in like junior high and high school when I was forced to read. But there's some interesting stuff in there. So I like that old Paul Bunyan book I read. It was like the old school. The book was from 1955, and it was like an old school version of like a Paul Bunyan's adventures that I'd never heard before. It was like what I have heard, but it was slightly skewed from what I learned when I was younger. But definitely cool. Like I said, it's been so relaxing out here to sit in front of that fireplace, reading a book, hearing the wind just going out here through the trees constantly. Oh, epic, like I said. So I'm gonna go inside, probably catch another book and start making dinner here in a little bit. Well, it's not the best looking omelet in all of Long Prairie, but she's good. And like I said earlier, I wasn't hungry for breakfast, so it's breakfast for dinner. All right, well, good morning from the final morning at the Maynard Cabin. It's a little bit chillier out this morning. It got cold last night. It got down to about 30 degrees, but I put a couple logs in the fire right before I went to bed and it never dropped below 60. So perfect night of sleep. But when I woke up in my bed, right next to my head and right next to my body were two ticks crawling around. Somehow I don't have any on me. That just proves ticks don't like me. That's why I don't get ticks. They just don't like me. I can literally sleep in bed with ticks and they're not on me. It's just weird. But definitely a fun stay here. I'm gonna drink this hot cocoa, relax, enjoy the outside here, listen to the birds sing, and start packing things up and get out of here. This was a wonderful place. I booked it through Airbnb, so like all my cabin stays, I will leave a link in the description to this video for this cabin if you would like to stay here too, because this is beautiful. But prepare, like I said, be prepared for ticks. Be prepared for no electricity, no plumbing, no lights at night. It's all lantern light. And in the description it says it's all well water out here, which I was prepared to go for with the well water. But once I poured the well water out, it was like brown, yellow, lots and lots and lots of stuff floating around in it. So I was like, you know what? I'm not taking a risk that my body's not going to agree with that and have like diarrhea out here on the final day. Like if I would have had that last night, that would have sucked. So there's two things I always bring in my truck: case of bottled water and firewood. So I had plenty of bottled water with me, so I just used my bottled water. But that's stuff you want to be aware of coming out here. But it was a wonderful stay. Like I said, this is going to wrap it up. So see you on the next one.